Well, thank you very much, Anthony. And I've got to say, as Anthony's walking back to the commentary box area, if anyone wants to ask him the time, he has an imaginary watch on his wrist that lets you know the time, even though he's not wearing one, which he uses quite often during interviews to see how much time he's got left. But it's a magic wristwatch that is invisible. But if anyone wants to ask that, there he is. Go on, ask him the time. Ask Anthony Jordan the time on his invisible wristwatch. He's trying to ignore me. There he is. So, 2 races to go. Junior Rotax up next. And big lots of support for, Matthew Easton on the live chat and stream. Thank you for joining us all day. Please keep your comments coming in. 2 races to go. The 2 biggest grids, 34 karts in each. And, well, we've seen drama aplenty. We've seen emotion aplenty so far. What are these last 2 races going to hold for us? There's some of the Project 1 team atop the on the rest there. Give us a wave, Project 1. Yep, you're on camera. Give us a wave. Looking around nervously. Good to see Gerard Cox and his team here. They've been going quite quickly as well in some of the classes. They've had a bit of bad luck, but Project 1, one of the mainstays of British karting. You've got members of Jag Rotax at the top there. So it's a packed house out on the viewing balcony. Can see Ethan Jeff Hall in the middle there. After his win, he's a little fella in the middle. He's after celebrating his win. Harrison Crowther chatting away to him, and I thought that their interview was really nice. You know, Harrison Crowther said, you know, fair play was a really good move. Ethan put on, and he done me good and proper. And that's really good sportsmanship there from the 2 of them. And magnanimous in defeat was Harrison Crowther. So Junior Rotax. 34 karts, 12 minutes plus a lap. The question remains, can anybody beat O-Plate of Dan Guinchard, who will start this one from pole position? Yep, you can wave. You're on camera. Hello. There's nervous parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, all waiting. This next race, well, alongside Dan Guinchard will be Harry Linden, yesterday's race winner. So, Junior Rotax, the championship that nobody wants to lead at the moment. I mean, coming into today, we have got 31 points separating the top 7 in the championship. The top 7 in the championships before today were Ollie Stevens, Neo Clark, Leon Henderson, so 3 rookies leading the standings. Then it's Daniel Armstrong, Harry Linden, Gustav Usakovs, and Dan Guinchard. So Jez Williams is 8th, Sam Gornall, who will start on the 2nd row, is 10th, Archie Walker, who's won a race this year but has to carry a 0-point score, he is down into 13th position. But yeah, plenty of racing to go. This is the 4th final out of 6 rounds this year. There is a look at some of the mechanics and drivers waiting down on the grid. Guinchard away from everybody else. And again, that says a lot. So he's not lined up exactly in the 1x1 plate. He's facing out all on his own. They're onto the circuit for the rolling lap. Here is the starting lineup. Pole position, the O-Plate of Dan Guinchard. Alongside him, Dan Holland Racing's number 21, Harry Linden. Then it's Sam Gornall for Coles Racing and Neo Clark for Thule Motorsport on row 2. Row 3, Ollie Stevens and Charlie Hart. Row 4, Leon Henderson and Daniel Saboul in the privateer. Then it's Sam Pollard Racing and Gustav Usakov, Ted Bradbury for Sam Pollard Racing and Gustav Usakovs, Jez Williams and Stephen Duncan on row number 6. Row 7 is Ryan Willis and Pearson Bullock Carter, Archie Walker and Dan Armstrong, row number 8. And there is Harry Linden in the insert. Watch that. Can he get that kart going? As you see, Scott Lapsley and Ethan Lomax on row 9, David Aulechner and Cathal Clark on row number 10. Row 11 are Olivier Martinsky and Jessica White. Row 12, Ollie Goodyear and Lexi Belk. Then it's Declan Russell and Callum Romain, Ben Folland and Sophie Kinghorn, the top 28. Now the Repichards qualifiers. Jamie Perrelly, Evie Powlane, Jay Lawrence, Chloe Chong, Ellison Purcell and Mikey Porter. Can Harry Linden, the outside front row man, get that kart started? The answer is no. So we were asking, can anyone beat Dan Guinchard? Harry Linden was a short list of a very short list of names, and he's gone. 33 karts. It's now going to be Sam Gornall and Neo Clark to take the fight to Guinchard, and they're going to have to take the fight to Guinchard straight away, because if he gets away and makes a good start, like false start, then he won't. Now Harry Linden will have seen that. Can he get that kart fired up? We'll pass the stricken kart of Linden's there now. You can just see that Harry standing there. He's tried to blow fuel through the secondary pipe. That hasn't worked.
Crack commentary team. I forgot to unmute my microphone.
That's all right.
Unmute, lift the choke up. That usually helps.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. Let's see if he. Let's see if he can in the time frame. And get out there.
Don't think he can hear me though.
Well, Harry Linden, so we're down to 33. Now, the tactics for everyone else has got to be get to Dan Guinchard and get to him quickly before he's gone. Okay? So, Clark, watch for Clark in the 81 for Thule Motorsport. Watch for Hart in the number 50 kart. Watch for the number 4 of Sam Gornall in particular to really take the fight to Guinchard if they can now, because one of his main competition is gone. Jez Williams, another of his main competition, is starting quite back. So is Archie Walker. They've not got track position. And Guinchard's holding back.
Oh, he is
indeed, isn't he? Neo Clark, well, what a story this would be for Thule Motorsport. First event back, can they get on the podium? They come into the tram lines. Lights are green, we're off and racing. Guinchard gets the jump and Gornall through into second place. We got one of the Argenti karts slow away at the back of the field, but up the hill towards Christmas Corner, it's Dan Guinchard from Sam Gornall. Charlie Hart in fourth place behind Neo Clark, and everyone else at the front safely through the first couple of corners. Now, this is where, and already you can see Guinchard's got a 5-6 kart length lead. Gornall, though, is not under pressure. There's the 15. Oh, and it's the number 83 kart of Sophie Kinghorn for Argenti that was slow away. And there's a few bits of bumping and boring going on down at the back, so we're down to 32. There's Daniel Sabula under pressure. Guinchard, Gornall's got to get to Guinchard now, or he'll never get to him.
Yeah, he definitely does. Into the boot section then. They near the end of the first lap. Oh, there's another kart going very slow there. That looks like a Coles kart.
I think that was Pearson Bullock Carter, number 15.
Yeah, I think you could be right. Or it could be Gustav Uzakov's, the 89. Has dropped right down the order. He's lost 11 positions as well. But as they go through, yeah, I think you're right. It was Pearson Bullock Carter as they go through. Ooh, what a lunge there that was.
Stephen Duncan on Daniel Sabula, and Sabula left Duncan room because he was coming in all guns blazing.
He was indeed. Right now, of course, pre-final, Dan Guinchard, well, he dominated that, didn't he? He left the scene of the crime, and the crime was the rest of the field. Now, this time around, he's got Mr. Gornall right behind him, very closely behind, but Neo Clark is there as well. The top rookie at the moment. They're in third place, 10.5 minutes to go, and showing good signs of going for moves. But at this moment, you don't want to go for moves. You want to work together to keep with Guinchard.
Yeah, and this performance at the moment is pushing Guinchard back into the top 3 into the championship standings. Ollie Stevens still leads that with 567 points. Neo Clark, 563 points, is second. Guinchard now at 552, Henderson on 551, and Armstrong on 533. Linden drops to 527.
Coming together here.
Oh, that's Cathal Clark and one of the Dan Holland racing karts.
Like the
possibly
88.
Callum Romain, 85, battling over 22nd position. The Sodi kart of Cathal Clark making his junior Rotax debut. He raced in Cadet and Mini X30 last year, and now moves over to junior Rotax just for this round. Hopefully we'll see him again later on in the season. And let's have a look at the gap. Guinchard 45.53, Gornall 45.56, the gap 0.6 of a second. Neo Clark has got a push. He's quicker, he's going to second place. So Neo Clark driving for a team that didn't exist this time last week, really. He is now second in the final of the British Championship. Neo Clark, a rookie, he's got to get his head down and he's got to drive the next 9 minutes of his life to try and catch the British Open champion and one of the leading Rotax drivers anywhere in Europe this year.
Leon Henderson was also fast as well, 45.44. He's also closing in on that group just in front of Gornall and Neo as they go through. The updating timing screen will update. 9 minutes to go, plus one additional lap there. Nice close-up shot there of Neo Clark just working his way through Oblivion and Crook, the fastest part of the circuit, the most demanding on the body, because I suspect the G-forces are probably quite high there as the tyres are so sticky. Stephen Duncan, fastest lap of the race as well, now 45.1. Keep an eye on him as they go through. Good stuff, but what's that gap? It's still opening up, though, at the front. Dan Guinchard, that gap's open up now 0.8 of a second.
Okay, Ollie Stevens in kart number 27 runs in 8th position. He is now 1 point in front of Neil Clark in the championship. Dan Guinchard is going to stay on 552 points. That's the most he can get for winning this race. Let's have a look further back as we come through the leaders. So behind the top three, Henderson runs 4th, Bradbury is 5th, Hart 6th, Williams 7th, Stevens in 8th, and it's Walker in 9th, and Duncan rounding out the top 10. Somebody sounded a little bit sick there coming out of... we'll try and see if there's an exhaust sort of hanging loose. And of course, this track is so bumpy, the exhaust do bounce around a bit naturally anyway. Sabula is 11th, and it's Willis in 12th, Armstrong 13th, Aulechner is 14th, then it's Lapsley, Martinsky, Lomax, Usakovs, Russell, Perrelli from the repechage. Jamie Perrelli is already up into 20th, and there's a change, Anthony.
Yeah, it is indeed a change. I was actually pointing at Callum Romain, 5-second time penalty, which is a big shame for him. Currently, he's in 31st place at the moment, down 5 positions, so that's a big shame. 7.5 minutes to go then, and oh yes, indeed, changes there. So that is Leon Henderson who's managed to get past Gornell. Henderson's on a good charge here, up 4 places, 45.3 on that last one. It was a 45.1 from Guinchard. But good running from that one. But yeah, definitely sounds like an exhaust may have gone awry out there as
Ted Bradbury showing no fear.
No fear into Ashby.
So Gornell is starting to fade a little bit. Leon Henderson, with that move, he's now moved up into 3rd place in the championship ahead of Dan Guinchard. So again, it shows us how competitive this junior Rotax field has been the start of the season. Where is Archie Walker? Archie Walker is up from 15th to 8th position. Jez Williams is up from 11th to 7th, but they are all they're fading back. Dan Guinchard's lead now 1.2 seconds. It's like inexorable, the increase in gap. Here comes Leon Henderson for Strawberry Racing. I mean, we're looking down at the Guinchard won the opening round, then it was Walker at Mansell and Linden yesterday. Guinchard for Argenti Motorsport, Clark for Thule Motorsport, Henderson for Strawberry Racing, and still there's a rather crisp sounding exhaust somewhere, but of course there goes Charlie Hart. And that was that was in front of David. That was Daniel Armstrong in kart number 8, running very wide and almost wiping out the 65 of David Aulechner. Yeah,
it was indeed. So that was a very touchy moment there. Less than 6 minutes to go. They come round the boot there, side-by-side action just in the background here, though. Battle for second place, heating up. Neo Clark is now breaking away. Henderson and Gornell are still nose to tail. They're not scrapping for position, though. They will be closing that gap up as Guinchard now, fastest lap of the race, is still pulling away. 1.3 seconds now is the gap, and you're pointing a finger, Henry.
3rd time lucky. Dan Guinchard is the only driver to break the 45-second barrier in this race. And Anthony Jordan will now check, but I've checked already, and I knows I'm right.
Yeah, you're right.
Leon Henderson, though, is going very quickly as well now. Leon Henderson, his best result of the season so far, 2nd at Clay Pigeon, and he is 5 minutes to go. He's chasing down Neo Clark. Clark is there, so we got good luck for Chloe Chong, good luck Sam Gornell, people rooting for Callum Romain, people were rooting for Harry Linden until he went out, and there is the number 90 kart. Is that our
Lexi
exhaust?
Belk.
Yes, that could have been our exhaust issue. So we're down to 30 karts. So Cathal Clark, is Cathal Clark still out there? I think he is, actually, yes.
Cathal Clark's still
so Lexi Belk joins Harry Linden and Sophie Kinghorn on the DNF list at the moment. Well, the gap for Guinchard is now up to 1.4 seconds. But, again, Neo Clark, head down, he is keeping Henderson at bay. He's keeping Gornell at bay. Then there's a gap back to Hart, and Hart has got Jez Williams and Archie Walker for company. Then it's Bradbury 8th, Ollie Stevens, still the championship leader. No, he's not. He's not, because he's dropped to 9th, and Neo Clark is now your championship leader in a tie. But because he's higher up in this race, he takes the tiebreaker at the moment. So, as Ollie Stevens in the number 27 Dan Holland kart, who's at the back of this huge group, and here comes Callum Romain. Well, he's had a crash, he's had a penalty, and he's probably thinking, let's just get in the van and get home.
Yep. That is a shame, though, for Callum Romain, because he's a very quick driver, but yeah, just unfortunately, it's not playing ball today here at Wilton Mill.
Well, now, Sam Gornell. ropey start. Now he's coming back into play.
Yeah.
You know, if he starts battling with Leon Henderson, that will give, give Neil Clark a chance to pull away again. The gap, 1.5. Well, now Neil Clark has just put in a personal best lap. So, lap number 11, ladies and gentlemen, 44.92 for Neil Clark, 44.99 for Dan Guinchard. For the first time all race, Guinchard is not the fastest man on track. The fastest man on track is number 81, Neil Clark. There he is, heading Scotland's Leon Henderson and Coles Racing Sam Gornall.
He is indeed, yeah. Many people now under the 140 or the 45-second mark now as they go through 3 minutes plus one additional lap. Has Neil Clark left it too late to try and catch Guinchard? Because that gap is still 1.6 seconds.
I mean, look at that. In the last lap, Guinchard was 0.3 of a second quicker than Clark through sector number 1.
Yeah.
And that is from the start-finish line to about
the exit
here,
of
the exit of the exit of the kink before you get to Inkermans.
Yeah.
You know, that's 1 second of the track, and he was 0.3 of a second quicker through 1 second. That's obscene.
It is a bit, isn't it?
But I mean, it's
alien.
It's incredibly spectacular performance there from Dan Guinchard. The Argenti team have got that car wound up to a T, and Guinchard is pedaling the wagon for all it's worth. There's Jez Williams, the Vision Motorsport number 9, running in 6th position, trying to chase down Charlie Hart, who again is having a very, very impressive weekend for the Sam Pollitt racing team. So Sam Pollitt, they lose Neil Clark, and they have gained another little star with Charlie Hart, who is keeping the Sam Pollitt name up at the front. Here comes Gornall now, fighting back on Henderson. So Gornall takes 3rd place back, and that puts Henderson back to 4th in the championship behind Dan Guinchard.
Very wide there out of Inkermans was Gornall. Kept it on the track though, because that nice little runoff curb there provided just the perfect amount of extra piece of track.
And Ollie Stevens just sets a new fastest lap, moves past Stephen Duncan back into 8th place in the race, and with it takes the championship lead by a point. Let's have a look at the championship standings with 90 seconds plus a minute to go. Stevens, look at that, changing almost every lap. Cathal Clark is not there, so the top 3 are correct, and then it's Henderson in 4th place, Armstrong in 5th, Linden in 6th, Sabula is not 7th, so again, but look at the top 3. The top 3 are correct, 565 points, 566 and 552. That are your championship standings with Clark and Stevens. So every time Clark, it's Stevens leading, so the names are wrong, so there's a bit of a technical issue there with the championship point standings, but I can tell you it's Stevens with 566, Clark with 565, Guinchard 552.
There we go then, less than 1 minute to go. 45 seconds plus that one additional lap. The gap, 1.9 seconds from Guinchard. There he is off in the distance from this battle here on your screen. This is the battle for the remaining spot on the podium for Junior Rotax. 2nd and 3rd, dominated by Neil Clark and Sam Gornall, but not for much longer because the 94 of Leon Henderson takes that last spot on the podium. And at the moment, as they go through, Gornall tries to fight back. There was a 5-second time penalty going out to Jamie Perrelly as well, the number 40, currently in 16th place. He's up 13 places. He's had a good race, but he's going to be dropping down the order. But all action here at the front. 7 seconds left on the timer. Last lap board could be out this time.
Gornall there, hand in the air. He's been passed there by Jez Williams, and he's now getting monstered by Archie Walker and Ollie Stevens. Final lap board goes out. Guinchard leads. Neil Clark seconds. Well, Anthony, if Neil Clark gets round this last lap and finishes second, when you go and speak to him, try if you can, only find his dad, but find Andrew Tooley, who's going to be in bits. Because, like I said before, this team, he's reformed it after about 3 years away. It didn't exist 7 days ago. And they cobbled together 2 drivers and some equipment. There comes Declan Russell in to end his race early. Guinchard's dominant, but the real story is Neil Clark, because not only is he's within a point of the championship lead and he's driving for a brand new team, but Dan Guinchard, absolutely imperious. He has walked away with the Junior Rotax race here at Whilton Mill, and Neil Clark and Tooley Motorsport, welcome back to the paddock, Andrew Tooley. Welcome back to the podium. Best result yet for Neil Clark. He is a real title contender. Leon Henderson finishes 3rd for Strawberry. Charlie Hart, the spectacular 4th for Charlie. Jez Williams 5th. Then Sam Gornall and Archie Walker 6th and 7th. Ollie Stevens holds on to the championship lead by a point with his 8th place finish, with Stephen Duncan 9th and Daniel Sabula leading Privateer home in 10th position, a best career result for the Anglo-Polish driver. Then it's Bradbury, Willis, Aulechner, Armstrong and Perily, your top 15. Usakovs, Lomax, Porter, White and Martinsky, the top 20. Ben Folland, Scott Lapsley, Pearson Bullock Carter, Ollie Goodyear and Chloe Chong, your top 25. Edison Purcell, Edie Powlane, Jay Lawrence and Cathal Clark, the last finishers. Sadly, we lost Ekman Russell, Callum Romain, Lexi Belk, Harry Linden and Sophie Kinghorn in that one. There is Sophie Kinghorn with a broken go-kart, a mechanically broken go-kart. And there is Pearson Bullock Carter, who crossed the line in 23rd, but then decided to park and he wants to lift back to the paddock. We saw him go off the start line, but yeah, so he finished 23rd and then the car broke. Now we're going through Archie Walker. And Archie, he battled all the way up from 15th to 7th and gets a nose cone penalty. Next up, Jez Williams, he's free to go. Here comes Dan Guinchard. Well, I mean, no one got within spitting distance of him all right. So yeah, there's going to be no nose cone penalty there, mate. Start to finish out of his... Well, that's the only thing he's done wrong all day. He nearly fell out of his go-kart at the end. There's Sam Gornall, Ollie Stevens, and here comes Daniel Sabula. So 10th place Daniel Sabula for the Privateer. Thumbs up, great result for him. Stephen Duncan, and well, there's the flip side of the coin. That's Harry Linden and his brother Joe pushing the car. His dad James is sort of, yeah, mechanicking. What can you say about that? From the highs of winning yesterday to the lows of failing to start the final today. That is karting, a microcosm. With one camera shot, you're seeing people celebrate. The other camera shot, you're seeing the depths of despair. Anthony Jordan is winging his way down to the pit lane. Guinchard, Clark and Henderson are your top 3. Now for Leon Henderson, that's his 2nd podium of the year. Neo Clark, 3 podiums out of 4. And he only missed out yesterday by a whisker. There's Pearson Bullock Carter. So the kart made it to the end and then decided to pack up, making sure that Pearson's got to walk it home. It's like taking the dog for a walk, isn't it? Come on, come on. Nose cone bingo carries on in the pits. There's Ollie Goodyear going through. Good result for Ollie, you know, 24th place. Chloe Chong gets a nose cone, but Anthony Jordan has caught up with the victorious Dan Guinchard down in the paddock now.
Thank you very much, Henry. Yes, down with our race winner from the junior Rotax race, Dan Guinchard. Well, it didn't work out for you yesterday, but you can forget about yesterday because today you're back on the top spot. It must be a good feeling.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday was a tough day, you know, we still came across the line first, but a penalty after hindered us. But, you know, the day yesterday was a bit up and down, but today really shows what the team and the engines and everyone combined can really do.
Now, I must talk about the engine, because obviously yesterday you had engine troubles, of course. What was the fix? Was it a complete new engine?
We still don't know, to be honest. We just changed everything and hoped for the best, and it seemed to work in the final, so we just kept that package for today, and it seemed to work perfectly.
So it's the same actual engine?
Yeah, everything's the same.
Oh, wow, OK. Well, I thought it'd be a whole new engine, but no, excellent stuff. A good fix then. For yourself as well, you know, great run for the season. You're gaining those points again. It's clawing it back. But, yeah, you must be excited to go into the next round. Yeah,
I'm really excited. You know, Warden Law's a great track. We've had a bit of an up-and-down season, but hopefully we can start pulling it back now.
Oh, well, excellent stuff. Well, Dan Guinchard, well done. Good to see you back on the top spot.
Thank you.
Excellent stuff there from our race winner there, Dan Guinchard. Let's talk to our 2nd place man, Neo. Mr. Clark. That's a nice cheesy grin on your face. Yeah, that's what we like to see, isn't it? Well done.
Yeah, it was a good weekend overall. We managed to get some good points for the championship, which we are mainly aiming for. We've closed the gap now to Ollie, so yeah, it's been a pretty good weekend, to be fair.
I mean, you were leading the championship during that race at some point, so that just shows you how close it is for that. Warden Law's coming up next. It's a tough challenge, Warden Law. It's a very fast circuit as well, isn't it?
Yeah, we haven't had the best of luck there. Like at O-Plate, we don't know, we just didn't have the pace, but hopefully it all changes for the next race.
Well, let's hope so. Of course, you had a 6th place finish yesterday, 2nd place today. It's looking good.
Yeah, it's looking good. I would also like to thank my dad for the spanners, Drew Tooley, and all my sponsors for the continued support.
Exactly. Thule Motorsport, a team that, well, really, Henry says didn't exist about 3 years ago, but you're back, putting it on the podium. It's good to see, isn't it?
Yeah, Drew's worked extremely hard the past few weeks, getting everything ready, and he saw what he deserved this weekend.
Well, excellent. You've earned it, haven't you? So well done, Neo Clark, second place.
Thank you.
Excellent stuff there for our man there. Let's talk to our third place man now. Well, Mr. Leon Henderson. Yesterday was a challenge. It was, 18th, I think it was, wasn't it? But today, it's a third place. It's a podium.
Yeah, it's a relief to actually finish our final without having an incident or anything, considering Mansell, we got taken out in the last lap, and then yesterday, obviously, we had the collision with Neo, but yeah, it's just good to get some decent points for once, and just work our way through from there.
Now, talk us through that final, because, of course, it was quite a busy race. Junior Rotax always gives us a busy race, doesn't it? But, you had your head held high on that one, and you put a strong in performance. Yeah,
we struggled in qualifying a bit, which made us start a bit far back, but we came through, and, well, obviously, Dan was away before I could come through at the front, but still, third's good enough for me, so, yeah.
We can accept it, we can be happy with it. Warden Law up next, are we looking forward to it?
Yeah, we had really good pace at the old plate. Just got unlucky again, getting caught up in accidents and stuff like that, but yeah, feeling confident for it.
Excellent stuff. Anyone you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank Strawberry Racing, Jack's Motorsport, Cream Racing Engines, my dad for mechanicking me, everyone at home for supporting, and my sponsors.
Excellent stuff. Well done, Leon Henderson, on a third place win.
Thank you.
Excellent stuff there. Well, excellent stuff there from our Junior Rotax. One more race to go. It's time for Senior Rotax.
Now on to the last two presentations of the day. Junior Rotax up next. First of all, the leading privateer in a fantastic 9th place overall, Daniel Sabula. Top 3 time now, finishing in 3rd position for Strawberry Racing. It's Scotland's Leon Henderson. On to the top 2 now. Also taking home the Best Rookie Award, representing Thule Motorsport, it's Neo Clark. Congratulations, but a dominant win today for our Genty Motorsport alongside the winning mechanic Curtis Granger. It's Daniel Guinchard. Daniel Guinchard told me a porty pie about his mechanic, Paul Gregory. I know him, but I know Curtis Granger as well. It's been a long weekend, Daniel. Behave yourself. Curtis Gregory, ladies and gentlemen. Curtis Granger was a TKM driver back in the day. Your Junior Rotax podium, everybody.